video is for my air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. This is your love reading for August 2019. However, these readings are timeless, so whenever you cross this reading, it was for you at that time. So this is love, August 2019 for my air signs. So let's see what Spirit has for you guys. The word that just came through is stability. Stability. And I feel like this is something that you guys have been craving for a long period of time. Stability is the word that's coming to me. So let's see here what the cards have for you guys. I am using my Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. I love this deck because it always gives positive messages, but it's just as many cards as it is in a normal tarot deck. Another reason why I love this deck is because they have chakra cards. So if you follow me on Facebook, you know how much I am into chakras and crystals and everything of that sort. So here we go, my air signs. Love for August 2019. What was the word that I said I felt for you guys? Stability. And these cards kind of show it. So the overall cards we have here is the first card is the conflict and defeat card. And I feel like intuitively, I feel like just like this person is leaving out of, I feel like this is you guys leaving out of a conflict situation in love. I feel like this is probably a breakup, a recent breakup. And for most of you guys, I feel like this was a long-term relationship breakup. So like 2 years or more is what I'm getting. 2 years or better is what I'm getting. And the second card I have for you guys is the authority card. And I feel like after that situation, you kind of found your footing. You found your voice. The third card I have for you guys is the temptation card. And this is more so of you being afraid of future is what I'm hearing. Afraid of future. We're going to go back and do some explaining cards. The fourth card I have is the Stand Your Ground card here. I always love this card. It's a beautiful card, 7, which is a good number. We got 2 7s in this spread here, which is the last card, the Patience and Planning card here. As you see that it's a 7 here. And so I'm going to stick with this deck for doing explainer cards. That's just what I'm feeling right now. Spirit just said they'll explain just fine. No need to complicate things, is what they said. Because my air signs, you guys are very simple. You like get to the point. We don't need to do a whole bunch of hocus pocus. I'm just repeating what I'm hearing right now. Especially my Geminis. Like I don't have time. I don't have time to sit through all of that. Just get to the point. So for my Gemini specifically, we're going to get to the point. My air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra. We're going to do a couple explainer cards. For this first card, the conflict and defeat card. And they said 2 is just good enough to explain this. And again, like I said, this feels like you're leaving out of a situation. Leaving out of a situation. I feel like you guys may feel defeated in a situation. However, you shouldn't feel defeated in a situation because it's like you're leaving something that didn't serve your higher self. And so, again, you're going against the grain because So I feel like maybe there were a lot of people in your circle, especially if this was a marriage that ended. I feel like there were a lot of people in your circle like, what are you doing? You're crazy. Don't leave this person. Blah, 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 blah. But you're like, nope, that it didn't fit my spirit. I'm in a different place now, which is why we have these two explainer cards. The heart chakra. What did I say about this deck and the chakra cards? The heart chakra and the celebration and rejoice card. And if you notice, this card is green as well. And this is telling me that through this process, you had to start doing some healing here. You had to start doing some healing here. And the rejoice card is saying you've done the healing. You've done the healing. So don't focus on the outcome of the situation, because I feel like this breakup may have been messy for you guys. Especially if it was a marriage that ended in divorce. I feel like it might have been messy. Complicated is what I'm getting. Complicated. Both emotionally and materialistically, not necessarily financial, because it's not necessarily money, but I'm hearing there was a difficulty in the splitting of things, is what they're telling me. And with all the, and through that, and working through that situation, you worked on your heart chakra, because you said to yourself, I don't want to repeat that. That hurt way too much. I don't want to repeat that. So it's like you taking your time and you worked on yourself. Not necessarily a cocooning situation, but more of a reflective state. You guys went into a reflective state. And it's saying this is saying rejoice. That it's rejoice. The reflective state, you did good. You did well. And the next card, the authority card, we're going to do an explainer card for that. Spirit said only need one. Only need one card to explain that card. They said, my air signs, they said, if you're watching this video, at the time that you're watching this video, the authority card means something to you. So we're only going to do one explainer card. And that's, we got the patience card as an explainer card to this authority card. And this card is a 4. This card is a 14. So if you follow me on Patreon, you'll see more numerology videos to understand the different meanings of the numbers. But this correlates with each other. You see with the 4 and the 14. And they're saying that you found strength in yourself and patience. This grew patience, and patience comes strength. And so I feel like you're like a quiet storm, my earth signs. And in the area of love, I feel like the situation that you've come out of has made you a quiet storm. Like you aren't afraid to mingle in a relationship romantically. However, you don't put everything on the table at once. It's like they don't know the full you until you're ready for them to know the full you. And Spirit is saying this is why I need to move on to this temptation card. Oh, okay. They said we need 3 explainer cards for this temptation card here. And they said this about to get deep and maybe step on some toes. Ooh, step on toes? We stepping on toes today? Oh, no. We stepping on toes today, they said. Okay. Because they said once these explainer cards come out, you'll be like, yeah, I know that about myself. Yeah, I know that about myself. I could work on that. Here we go. Let's go to 3 cards. The 3 explainer cards we have here is the first one. The first one was the movement, choices, and decision card. The second one was the memories of love card. And the third card is the light card. And the reason why they're saying that this reflects the temptation card, let's go through it one by one. Because now that you worked on yourself in the heart arena and you're unlike my earth signs, the air signs, you are actually dabbling in the dating pool a little bit. And so you know that you have options. You know that you have decisions. However, with that, you still hold a fear of this. You still hold the fear of this situation repeating itself. So this is kind of like the earth signs. You still hold the fear of it repeating itself a little bit. So they're telling me you choose easy people. You choose people that you know that you have the upper hand in the situation. And the light card, that takes you further away from your light, because it's like you're dimming yourself. You're dimming yourself so you don't have to you don't have to work. You don't have to be yourself. Like in this particular group, they're saying it's easier for you to be who these people that you choose. It's easier for you to be who they think you are than to be who you really are, and that takes you further away from your light. And they're saying just be you. Just be who you are from the get-go. Don't worry about repeating this course, because you learned a lesson. It's not going to happen again. So don't dim your light out of fear. Be you. Be your authentic self. Because being your authentic self, you bring true love to yourself. You bring people that are on the same vibration as you, people who are on the same energy wavelength. You probably even attract people on the same 9-year cycle as you, which will be awesome, because that means you guys will grow in abundance together. So I'm going to go to the next card, the Stand Your Ground card. And they're saying, there's hope. This is what I heard. There's hope here. There's hope here. So we're going to go. They said two. We're going to do 2 explainer cards. And we're going to need to shuffle a few times, because they're pretty much where they need to be, is what you're saying. That's it. One more this way. All right. All right. So the Stand Your Ground card, boom, boom, boom. We got the base chakra, the root chakra, the foundation of everything, the foundation of you, source, and everything. And then we have the Hope card. These are the 2 explaining cards for the Stand Your Ground card. And this is saying that because you went through this, you've laid a foundation for yourself, and especially how you currently want to maneuver in relationships. Like, you know, this authority thing, you know who and what you want to be in relationships right now. You know you want to have fun. They're saying maybe somebody that you're maybe like one person that you're continuously dating, but you don't want to put titles on it. Like you don't feel like you're ready for that. All those that are watching this video, my air signs, Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, you guys don't feel like you guys don't feel like you're ready for the seriousness, because you're still working on this. They're saying you're still working on this, because you've done this part of it as far as a relationship, but now it's kind of believing in yourself, believing that you've done the good work, believing that you've done the work and everything is going to turn out all right. And that's the only thing that's left to heal that situation. And then the next card, the Hope card. Didn't I just say that when I picked that up? There's hope. Oh wow, y'all are hoo-hoo today. The Hope card represents hope in your future. Just knowing that, again, believing that you learned your lesson, believing that you moved on from that. That's like the last thing that's left with this whole situation, because you've done so much that you're even, unlike my earth signs out there for August 2019, you're not putting yourself in a corner. Like, you're out there mingling and things, because you know who you are and where you want to be at in relationship. But you need to trust yourself, because there's hope in trusting yourself. And the last card, the 7, okay. So we got, I'm gonna go back and look real quick, because I always repeated numbers. If I see them more than 2 times and I put them together, I always say that's an angel number you should look up. So we have 4, 7, 5. 475. Look for my earth signs. Look up angel number 475 and see what the angels have to say about this particular love spread for you guys. So the planning and patience. Okay, they said I'm going to need 4 explaining cards. Let me go make some room here. Make some room here. And then they want me to end it with a oracle card for you guys because the Aquarius don't like their toes to be stepped on. You know, it's a little hard for them. So we're going to we're going to end this on a positive note so that you know what's the right thing. Okay, we're going 4 cards for this patience and planning card here, and the 4 cards we have. Oh, see, what did I say? What's the numbers that I said? 4, 7, and 5, right? Is that what I said? Yeah. Here we go. Another 5, obstacle and challenges. Another 4, rest and rejuvenation. Another 7, choose wisely. And then the last card, the 20 card. I mean, the 20 card. The truth card, which is a 20 or whatever. Oh, I gotta stop doing that. Anyway, moving forward. Okay, so let's go through these 4 and see here. We're going to go through this first card, the obstacles and challenges. Okay, and again, we're explaining this patience and planning card. This has to do with the next level. Because somewhere in this dating thing, you guys are starting to say to yourself, it wouldn't be so bad to be in a relationship again. And so they're saying to avoid the planning part. You're like, how do I plan a relationship? Manifestation is everything. Vision boarding is everything. They say before I go too deep into that, because it's going to go further into that, go to the rest and rejuvenation card. So the whole vision board and thing, and this goes with the rest and rejuvenation, because when you say, you need to ask yourself questions about the type of person that you want to be with long term. You need to ask yourself serious questions. You need to ask yourself questions on every plane, the mental plane, the physical plane, and the spiritual plane, because we often look at the mental and then the physical, but we forget the spiritual. And so for you guys, you need to take this time, this patience. We on the patience side of this card. You need to take some time and start daydreaming. Find quotes. List characteristics. You know, like if you're following my Patreon, I will have a video of my personal vision board, and because I'm on a journey with you guys, and so even though mine is more about platonic, I have a list of qualities that I want to bring into my circle of these people. And it's the same thing you can do for a romantic partner. You really need to sit and think hard about qualities and I'm not just talking about smart and intelligent. Like, you really need to think on a deep level. Like, do I want them to be compassionate? Do I want them to be openly vulnerable? Like, you need to ask yourself those deep soul questions and things that you can deal with in the relationship. And so the next card leads us to this choose wisely card. Because again, where were we at here? This card, where you know you have options about who you date, and this is saying choose wisely about who you bring into your circle. After you take the time of this patience and planning. And when you plan, you remove the obstacles. And then once you do the planning part and remove the obstacles, and then you do the whole vision boarding, daydreaming, whatever you want to call it, thing about who your next partner is going to be, they're saying choose wisely. Because there may be a person or two who doesn't fit the criteria, that you laid down. But because you maybe feel like, oh, my standards are too high, I should just, it's okay that the one or two things, and Spirit is saying, no, that's not okay. It's not okay. Whatever standards and boundaries you lay out for the divine partner that you want to have, you need to stick to that. It's not too high, because the more and more you meditate on it, the more and more you envision it, the more and more you talk to the universe about it, the more you exude that energy. That's another thing. You have to exude the energy that you want to come into your life. So the more you work on self and you exude that energy, the more you bring someone on the same vibration. They're saying choose wisely. Okay? So if that person doesn't have everything, it's okay to walk away. It's okay. It's okay. Don't, and some people, like anybody, any of my air signs that this is for that have been married, and this was a marriage that ended, don't think that it's too late, or because of my age, or because of this, that, and the third, that you have to settle. Because this is saying no, you do not have to settle. And the last card is the Truth card. And we talked about this earlier in the reading, with this whole temptation card here. Is being your authentic self and living in your truth will bring you the perfect partner at the perfect time. My air signs, universe, spirit is saying that your perfect partner is literally 2 blocks away, and the only thing that's stopping you from getting there is, one, believing that this situation won't happen again. 2, this temptation card, stop picking people that are easy. Picking people that you don't have to be vulnerable with. Picking people that you don't have a soul connection with. And you do this because you feel like it's easier to break off just in case this happens again. And they say, no, don't do that. That's why this is the last card for you guys in this reading, because they want you. We're going to still do the oracle card, because Spirit is saying, live in your truth, stand your truth. Nothing is stronger than standing and believing in yourself, because that makes you connected to source on a higher plane that you ever even imagine. Like, this is all about connecting to source and allowing source to bring the right love and divine partner for you. So I'm going to do one oracle card for you guys from my Ask Your Guides deck right there. Singing in the rain. Singing in the rain. Sing in it. Okay. I don't know all the words, but they just keep repeating that. Cause let's go. Let's just do. Oh, well, they gave me 2, so all right. The 2 I got was devotion and restriction. And again, the only restriction in this situation is you and your mentality on this, and devotion. Again, like I said, the whole meditating, the rest and rejuvenation, all of that, like that, again, brings you closer to source. And they want, like, this truth card, like, brings you joy in the love area, that in a way that you never imagined. Actually, it is in a way you imagine, because if you do this, then you will have imagined it at least on some plane or some level. Okay, so that was the love reading for my air signs, Gemini, Aquarius for August 2019. I thank you guys so much for watching. I hope this resonated with you. If you would like to book a personal reading, there's a link below for that. You can check me out on Fiverr, also on Facebook, also on Patreon. All those links are down below. If you'd like to show support to Crystal Goddess and purchase a t-shirt or a mug, that link is also down below. I thank you so, so much for watching. Love and light. Have a good night, day, evening, whenever you're watching this. Bye.